There they are, my three white Ford Rangers. On the left is my 2004. In the middle is my 2011. The right is my 2009. As you can see, all three of them are white. All three of them have the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder Mazda designed engine and a 5-speed manual. Air conditioning. The middle one's an XLT Super Cab. The two outside ones are XL with a regular cab and a 7-foot long bed. It's kind of hard to find the long bed version, especially in the later years, but yep, that one there, the 2004, I bought it July 5th, 2007. That was a Monday. Had about 63,000 miles on it. I used it a lot delivering pizza. And then, and all that in-town driving, steering, stopping, turning, added up until the front tires were wearing really uneven. And I replaced everything in the rear brakes. The rear brake cables, brake hardware, shoes, wheel cylinders, everything but the drums. I got to replace, I broke a wheel stud on each side of the rear of it. I need to replace them. On the front end of that truck, I pretty much rebuilt everything. Lower ball joints, rebuilt steering rack, inner and outer tie rods. I got to replace the upper ball joints, and I think the battery is about gone. And I put a lot of work and money into it. Runs good. Oh, well, that's right, I forgot. At about 130,000 miles, I replaced the transmission with another transmission that had 1,500 miles on it, and put an all-new hydraulic clutch system in it, replaced the physical clutch. The shop I brought the flywheel to used a brake lathe to surface the flywheel and its shutters when I let the clutch out. I think I'm actually going to keep that truck and swap the box onto this one, onto the 2009, because a dingy blonde at my job backed into the right rear corner of it. What year was that? 2012. I think it was April or May of 2012. About a year after I got it. And I got a $1,200. Her insurance company screwed me and gave me a check for $1,200. I should have fought it. Got a bigger check. The claims adjuster was a jerk. But this one, I got to replace the lower ball joints on it and do some minor things on it. Doesn't really need any serious work to it, but I don't want to sell my newest one. I'm still making payments on that one. That one I got to fix the rear brakes on it and replace the inner tie rods. What's nice about having three trucks that share most of the parts is, I can swap parts between them, or I can buy ball joints, and the same ball joints would go on all three of them. Most of the parts swap between all three of these trucks, other than the center one being a Super Cab. That's different. Well, it's got a chrome grille. The other two came with the grills were black, and I used Fusion paint to paint them white. I just hated the black grills on them. But I have full coverage commercial insurance on the 2011 there, and the 2009. I've been driving the 2009 since November 2017 when the rear brake light came on that truck. And oh, the pain is I'm 51. I got Lyme disease. It's really dragging me down, and I'm getting tired of fixing trucks. I get out of bed and I have all I can do just to get myself going, and I'm tired of this. I don't know, I might see if I've been stopping by my local Ford dealer to see if they have pricing information out on the 2019 Ford Ranger that's going to hit showroom floors now. They think February of 2019. I don't know if I would qualify for financing or not, but yeah, the 2004, the body on it's good. There's some rust in the lower lip of the passenger door. That truck has 134,000 miles on it. I mean, I did so much work to it that the truck is almost like new. I just got to replace the upper ball joints, and I got to get new tabs on it. I'd have to put road insurance on it before I drive it. But that one's gross vehicle weight rating is about 4,700 pounds. It has 373 rear axle ratio with 7.5 inch rear with 10-inch drum brakes. That 2009 came with a 373 rear axle ratio, 7.5 inch differential with 9-inch drum brakes, and it's rated for about 4,400 pounds gross vehicle weight rating. So that's my motivation to keep that one and likely sell that one. But I still had a loan on the 2004, and I found this 2009 at a Ford dealership in Winona, Minnesota, March of 2011, and the first owner had traded it in with 2,400 miles on it. And I mentioned it to my dad. I says, boy, I'd love to buy that truck. And because I could save a lot of money. Because that truck new, the dealer said that one was about 17,500 new. I think they had it listed for, was it 14 or 13,000? I think they had it listed at 13,000. I got them down to 12,600. So my dad gave me some money so I could pay that truck off, get the loan on that truck, and then he and his wife used that truck on a trip. They had it for about a month in the summer of 2011, and they put, I don't know, 5,000 miles on it or so in exchange for the money he gave me. The 2011 XLT I bought in the summer, I think it was June of 2015. It had 60,600 miles on it. Some guy traded it in. And there was this young lady working at this dealership. I probably shouldn't name it since I'm saying this. She was tall and gorgeous. Tall and beautiful, gorgeous, curvy, long dark hair. Oh boy, I talked to her I think 3 different times. And she was just stunningly beautiful. My tongue just about dropped to the floor. It took me several trips to the dealership across the Twin Cities to go through the paperwork and all that. But, oh man, she was gorgeous. I wonder if she still works there, but she's young enough to be my daughter. But As you see, I'm not covering up my license plate numbers. Well, I have a private data driver's license in Minnesota. That means the only people that can look me up or looking at my license plate numbers are cops. Nobody else can look me up because of my private data driver's license. But anyway, otherwise, if I didn't have that, I'd just put a rag over the license plates. The 2009, yeah, I had it a year, and then this blonde chick backed into the right rear corner of it. And then what, I think within a year, another lady rear-ended me at a stoplight, and then a week later, another lady lightly rear-ended me in front of a bar and barely put a scratch on it. But the second lady who rear-ended me, I got a check. I think I got the check about $2,700 on that. It destroyed the tailgate. It pushed in the rear bumper. The rear bumper hit the left quarter panel down in the corner. And but they are good trucks. They don't break down very often. The 2004, what I've replaced, the alternator and the water pump. I have not had the engine apart. Did the clutch, transmission, rebuilt most of the front end. I don't know. Oh, front brake calipers. Front brake calipers usually start hanging up on these trucks, between about 75,000 and 90,000 miles. And I suggest when you replace front brake calipers, if one goes, replace both of them. And while you're at it, replace the front brake hoses in case the hose started to come apart on the inside. Sometimes when a brake hose comes apart on the inside, it turns into a check valve and makes your brakes hang up. So I highly suggest replacing both front calipers, both front brake hoses if one of the brake calipers starts hanging up. Also, to avoid brake dust, I get about the most expensive front brake pads I can. They last longer. You do get a harder pedal. They seem to brake better. Otherwise, with the cheaper grade brake pads, you're going to get a lot of brake dust on your front wheels. I really like these 7-spoke steel wheels. They're like a silvery gray color. The 2011 has rear disc brakes. They switched over to rear disc brakes in the 2010 model year. I forgot, this 2011 has rear disc. It's got a 8.8-inch rear axle on it, which is nice. I could actually install I could probably get an ox locker for this truck if I wanted to. The 2009, I think about, the rear axle, 2 of the 3 seals on the rear axle started leaking. And I bought another 7.5-inch rear axle that I was going to put in this one. The other 7.5-inch axle is a 4:10 ratio instead of a 373. And I ended up putting that axle in this truck while my brother did most of the work. That was, I think, February of 2015. I was really sick from Lyme disease. And took the both of us about 6 hours to do it. My brother did most of the work. And it was recording 11 miles traveled for every 10 miles I drove. So it threw off the speedometer. So I have to bring it to a shop and get the speedometer reset for a 410 axle ratio. Also, I don't think the mileage changed at all. Any of these trucks, if the alignment is good, and I drive 60 on the highway, I'll get 30 miles per gallon with them. If I drive 70 miles per hour on the highway, the mileage will drop down to about 26, 25, maybe 24. I got off-road tires on my 2009 right now. They were on all last winter. They're still on now. I had them on this truck the previous winter. They're Cooper Discoverer STT tires, the old style, not the pros. They're really noisy. They're getting really low on tread, but they are taller than the stock Q25 70-15 tires. Along with the axle ratio change and having larger tires on it, it brings my speedometer and my odometer up close to what is actual, but it's a little bit under my actual speed and under my actual miles. But if you go from a 373 axle ratio to a 410, I don't think it'll affect your mileage much at all, unless you're into hypermiling. What else? Yeah, I'm probably going to sell that truck. But they're not really rated really well in a front end crash. That's what I don't like about them. They do not break down very often. That's what I do like about them. Yeah, this 2004, what is it? I had a check engine light come up and it was a map sensor. I replaced that. Check engine light went away. The 2009 now has 110,000 miles on it. It's my daily driver right now. My 2011 has 120,000 miles on it. I was driving it before I parked it and drove that in November 2017. This truck has been off the road since the summer of 2011, but it gets started and moved at least 2-3 times a year. I'm probably, after I do the front upper ball joints, I'm probably going to drive it for a while, and just to make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And then, yeah, like I said, probably put the box on the 09, and think I'm going to build a flatbed on my 04 there. I've wanted to have a flatbed, so that could be my hauler there, and that could be my daily driver. But I really like to have those 7-spoke 15-inch steel wheels. I think I got about 5 different pairs or sets of them, between the set on that one, the set on that one, and other sets I have inside the pole barn. But well, I'll have to see what pricing Ford puts on the new Ranger. I could imagine they will probably release pricing probably before the end of the summer, August, maybe September, if the trucks are going to be on dealer lots, February of 2019. I think once they release pricing, then they would release ordering information. But I don't know. Still owe money on that one. I probably still owe about $9,000 or $8,000 on that one, and its book value is probably just a little bit less than that, but that is a nice truck. That's an XLT with satellite radio, power windows, power locks, cruise control, air conditioning. What else? Yeah, rear disc brakes. But yeah, it's getting dark now. Oh wow, I've been yakking for over 20 minutes. But please like and subscribe. See my other videos. I got a lot of videos, probably 150 or more right now, up on various subjects: lawnmowers, trains, Lionel trains, Lyme disease, this, that, and a lot of stuff. All right, thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.